everyone, welcome back to my channel, Physician, Finances, and Investing. I'm Joe, a resident physician, and you know what time it is. Let's talk about how to get that bread. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In my last video, we talked about budgeting using the 50, 30, 20% rule. In case you missed that video and want to check it out, I'll put the link at the top of the screen right now, as well as in the description of this video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the greatest thing since sliced bread, the Backdoor Roth IRA. The Backdoor Roth IRA is an important topic that all physicians and high-income earners need to know about. My goal for this video is to discuss some of the high-yield information that everyone should know about the Backdoor Roth IRA, and also to spend a little bit of time talking about the history of the Backdoor Roth. But before we get started with today's video, let me just be clear. I am not a certified financial planner, nor am I a tax expert. My goal for this video is merely to discuss some of the important information about the Backdoor Roth that everyone should know about, and then to encourage you to do some more research on your own if this is something that you want to look into further. So on that note, let's jump right into today's video. Those of you who have been following my channel for a while now may recall that a Backdoor Roth IRA is an investment option for individuals who can no longer contribute directly to a Roth IRA based on their modified adjusted gross income. For those of you who may be new to my channel, however, and want to learn more about the Roth IRA, I'll refer you to that previous video. The link will be up top and in the description of this video. As you may recall, the IRS phases you out of contributing directly to a Roth IRA as your income increases. If you're single and making more than $139,000 per year, or if you're married filing jointly and making more than $206,000 per year, you can no longer contribute directly to a Roth IRA. If you fall under that category, but still want to contribute to a Roth IRA because, well, who knows what taxes are going to be in the future, and you might still want to take advantage of tax-free growth for your money, well, a Backdoor Roth IRA can come in handy for you. Around 2011, toward the end of the financial crisis, the IRS made some changes to its codes that allowed people to still be able to transfer money from one account to a Roth IRA. As you may recall, during the financial crisis, the stock market was a pretty scary place. So a lot of these changes came about as the federal government's way of trying to encourage and incentivize people to contribute more money to the stock market. Luckily for us as physicians, or for other high-income earners who may have come across this video, these rules still exist today. You're able to transfer money from one account into a Roth IRA. Now just let me be clear, you are not allowed to contribute directly to a Roth IRA. Those income limits that we talked about previously are hard and fast, but you are able to roll money over from one account into the Roth IRA. So in light of these changes from the IRS, financial planners and tax advisors got creative. They recommended that their clients first open up a traditional IRA, contribute money to that account, and then roll it over into a Roth IRA. Now I know what you're probably thinking. This sounds like a real process, but honestly, it's not too bad. So as an example, let's say that you open up a traditional IRA and you contribute the max that you can for the year, $6,000. After that, the next step is opening up a Roth IRA if you don't already have one. Now let me just take a step back for a second and be clear. Today's video is intended for high-income earners, so attending physicians. If you're a resident, a fellow, or a medical student and you have earned income for the year, but you don't already have a Roth IRA, what are you waiting for?
Just do it!
Now for step 3, you then transfer your contributions from the traditional IRA into the Roth IRA. But there is one caveat here that you need to know. By definition, the traditional IRA is tax deferred, meaning you were telling the IRS that you wanted to not pay taxes on your contributions until retirement. But as you know, the Roth IRA is an after-tax account, meaning that you pay taxes now, and then from here on out, any money that you make on that initial contribution will grow tax-free. So guess what? Uncle Sam wants his taxes now. So basically, the IRS is telling you that if you put money into a traditional IRA, but do not take that tax deferment and then decide to transfer it over into a Roth IRA, they'll let you go ahead and do that. Now, regarding the taxes, there are some ways around this to make it less of a headache. Now, before you move your money from the traditional IRA over to the Roth IRA, I want you to look into IRS Form 8606. And again, before doing any of this, I highly encourage you to talk to your accountant. Form 8606 is essentially saying in a nutshell that even though you made a contribution to a traditional IRA, which usually is tax deferred, you're telling the IRS that you do not want to take that tax deduction. So whenever you go to file your taxes for the year, remember that you cannot deduct that contribution from your income. By utilizing Form 8606, you'll then be able to roll that money over from the traditional IRA into the Roth IRA because you're telling the IRS that you made a non-deductible contribution to the traditional IRA. Now again, this is a big deal and I want to specify how important it is to make sure that you're filing your taxes correctly. I highly encourage you to check with your accountant. So what we just discussed was mainly geared toward individuals who are just getting started with investing. But what if, for example, you already have a traditional IRA and then you decide that you want to convert that money into a Roth IRA? For example, let's say you already have $40,000 in a traditional IRA and then for whatever reason you decide that you want to convert that money into a Roth IRA. Maybe you're concerned about what taxes are going to look like in our country in the future. And honestly, rightfully so. The Fed just added trillions of dollars to our national debt because of the current pandemic and subsequent economic crisis. And you know how they're going to get that money back in the future. Now in this scenario, you are still able to do that. You can have money in a traditional IRA for years and then at a later date subsequently decide that you want to convert that money into a Roth IRA. But remember, the entire time that money was growing in the traditional IRA, it was doing so tax deferred. So before you roll that money over into a Roth IRA, Uncle Sam's going to want his taxes. In this scenario, timing is key. You want to make sure that you're converting your money from a traditional IRA into a Roth IRA whenever you find yourself in a lower tax bracket. So for example, let's say that one year you decide to take some time off from working, or maybe unfortunately you were affected by the current economic crisis and you saw a pay cut. You want to make sure that you're converting your money from a traditional IRA into a Roth IRA whenever you find yourself in a lower tax bracket so that you have to pay Uncle Sam as little money in taxes as possible. Now the last scenario that I want to briefly touch on would be if you already have a traditional IRA, but you want to then start making some contributions to a Roth IRA. This scenario becomes a little bit more challenging and there is potential for errors and mistakes. Now for this scenario, let's again say you already have $40,000 in your traditional IRA. But whenever you make your $6,000 contribution for the current year, you decide that you want to convert that $6,000 into a Roth IRA. But you don't want to touch that $40,000 that's already in your traditional IRA for the reasons we just talked about. You want to wait until you're in a lower tax bracket before you start to convert over some of that money. If this is the scenario, then you gotta be careful. The IRS rules say that you have to prorate the entire account balance. Now you can still do this, but it becomes more challenging. And like I said, I'm not a certified financial planner and I'm not a tax expert. If this is your scenario, I personally think that it's well worth the money to hire someone to walk you through it and make sure that everything's being done on the up and up. If you try to do this on your own and issues arise, you can find yourself getting hit with a very large tax bill. You don't need to be giving yourself that headache. That concludes the information that I wanted to cover in today's video about the Backdoor Roth IRA. And again, the information in this video was not all inclusive. I wanted to give you guys a broad overview about the Backdoor Roth IRA so that if you fall into any of these scenarios, you can then look into it further to find out if the Backdoor Roth IRA is a good option for you. As a reminder, I'm not a certified financial planner. I'm a resident physician who recognizes the importance of taking an active role whenever it comes to managing your money and wanted to encourage others to do the same. With that being said, I highly encourage everyone to do their own research before making any financial decisions. That concludes another episode of Physician, Finances, and Investing. I hope that you guys found this video both fun and informative. If you have any questions or would like me to talk about a particular topic in a future video, please feel free to comment below and I'll be sure to get that information to you guys. And if you haven't already, please smash that like button and click on the subscribe button to let me know that you like what we're doing here at Physician Finances and Investing and to help support my channel. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.